Yo, yo, yo. Appreciate you coming to the channel and thank you for everybody that's subscribed so far. Make sure you hit that like on the way in also as well. I kind of want to touch back on what I kind of was on some of my past streams or whatever, but I was most recently listening to the audio book of 50 Cent, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, right? And this is just kind of a review reaction of what I've listened to so far. And man, overall, it kind of teaches you about, overcoming fear. That's the more common narrative overall through the whole book or whatnot. But he has plenty of examples of how he was able to overcome fear. And he also kind of goes into details similar to the 50 laws of power and the 48 laws of power. Like, you can kind of see where these books kind of intertwine a little bit. He kind of borrowed from that concept because of how he communicated himself and how he explained some of the things. He used that same cadence almost. But overall, the book is very amazing. The audio book I listened to, it's about 8 hours. And honestly, out of 5 stars, I definitely give it like 4. It has great insight as to how to overcome obstacles because he has countless examples of how he overcame obstacles. The most famous of, him getting shot 9 times and recovering, healing back up, and then entering the hip hop game and taking over. But it's bigger than just 50 Cent, the hip hop artist, the rapper, the hip hop mogul. He goes into very good detail about how he noticed when he needed to adapt, when he needed to evolve from being, a prolific rapper and then crossing over into TV, into movies, and the film production. So that journey is also very inspiring because you see one of his greatest accomplishments come to fruition, the TV show Power. He goes into detail of how he started that journey and how he ended up brokering one of their biggest deals that they've offered for a person coming from the background that he's come from. So it's a very inspirational story overall as well. But it's funny to read about. He goes into things like marriage, his fear of marriage, and how he still hasn't conquered that yet. Going back to fear. His relationship with his son Marquise, and how he's trying to lay new grounds with his new son, Sire, and how he wants to still have a relationship with Marquise. He's just working on some things between them, and it's helping him as he evolves as well. He gets down into business aspects a lot as well, talking about, there's so many of us out there that have all this time and potential, and a lot of us will get right to the brink of where we would reach success, and a lot of times the lack of discipline that we display is why we can't get over the hump and reach the success that we dreamed of, that we worked so hard for, right? So it rubbed off on me, and as I was listening to it, over a couple of days, I noticed myself trying to put some of the symbolism into play as I was absorbing the information. So I think reading his book makes me want to read more books like his book. I think it's a great way to, help others. And then I also want to, eventually do books myself. I just really overall am pleased with the book. He does even tap into meditation and things like that. So you'll really end up learning a lot about 50 Cent and about overall growth and conquering fear and being resilient. But y'all get at me, man. I got some more information, more videos coming up. I'm glad y'all are here. Like I said, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the content, of course, hit that like button. And for me to begin to get monetized, I need y'all to watch the entire videos if y'all can. And make sure y'all turn on the notifications too for me. All right, Gia, get at me.